What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review today. I'm here to talk about one from Disney, and this is the remake of A Wrinkle in Time. It was first adapted as a made-for-TV movie, like one of those movie of the week kind of deals. But this is a massive budgeted, big-name stars, hugely promoted movie, so it's a much different take on the material. If you don't know, A Wrinkle in Time is based off of a very popular, very enduring children's book that has a massive fan base. It seems to grow every generation. So this was a huge kind of movie event, that had a lot of potential. The movie stars Chris Pine is a guy who is convinced that space and time are just kind of are more malleable than people seem to believe, and with a system he likes to call tesseracts, that you can actually travel light years, like that, as the trailer boldly tells us. Anyway, while he's working on his research, he and his wife are kind of working together on it. He actually vanishes, and without a trace, nobody knows what's going on. His family kind of suspects that, there's more to the story than what they can find out, but everybody else just thinks he, went crazy and left because he became kind of obsessed with this idea, and nobody really had any faith in him except for his family. His adopted daughter has a lot of trouble moving on in the wake of his disappearance, and she's like feeling out of place and can't find herself. And then her little brother meets up with Reese Witherspoon, who plays this kind of weird mystical guide. And pretty soon it's revealed that their dad is actually alive, and that his tesseract worked, and that he was transported to a place, and he's calling out for help, and he needs his kids to go and find him. The son is all gung-ho about doing it. The daughter is, very unsure. She doesn't have good self-esteem, so she's not sure if she can do it or not. And that's pretty much the movie. They try to go and rescue the dad, and that's the basic premise here. So in this approach, they definitely favored style over substance, which is odd because the book actually has a lot of really good messages and a really good story. I wouldn't call it hard sci-fi by any means, but it's definitely has a lot of, unique ideas and kind of complicated things that aren't really dumbed down a lot. It's got a lot of bigger picture stuff that's a little bit more forward thinking and open-minded than a lot of kids' books. It also has some elements that are kind of religious in nature, but I never felt like they were heavy-handed. It just felt like they were, kind of there, and they fit in the story. Okay, a lot of that stuff was removed for this movie adaptation because the screenwriters felt like, there were better things to focus on. It was their exact words, and unfortunately that better thing to focus on turned out to be kind of low-end, crappy, generic CGI visuals, which is pretty much all that I honestly believe A Wrinkle in Time will be remembered for. It's billed as this visionary movie, and just simply put, it's not. It's very generic. Everything about it is generic. The CGI is not exceptionally good. Sometimes it's actually really, really bad. Some of it is just laughable. It's so terrible. It looks like the case of someone just thought that by putting some, weird, quirky outfits on people and using a bunch of really bright colors and just generic fantasy sci-fi elements and just throwing a huge coat of CGI onto it, that it would be a visionary movie. And people didn't buy into it. The movie, despite the fact that it was based on this beloved children's book and it came from Disney and had all these big stars, including Oprah, who has this, god tier built-in audience, people just did not respond to this movie. It didn't resonate with people, and ultimately it was kind of a flop at the box office, which I can see why, because they took the heart and soul of the book out. And I'm not just saying it because of the religious stuff, but although that was a core component, and like I said, it wasn't like it was heavy-handed or anything. It was just kind of there, and it made sense. I don't know why they felt the need to take it out, but they also kind of oversimplified a lot of things, and what could have been this just like incredible, just dynamic visual movie that had these really cool themes and ideas kind of turned out to be just a really bland, generic, kids fantasy movie. And that's really a shame, because there's so much more potential in this. I would really honestly consider this to be one of the worst Disney movies I've ever seen, and that's including a lot of their Disney Channel stuff and like their movies of the week. I mean, this to me is just, it really sucks, because I would have understood if they swung for the moon and went for like way over ambitious and missed. I would understand that, but this is about as safe as you can get with this material. They cut out anything that might be, hard to understand, or that people might not, feel like they don't want that little tinge of religion in there, even though in my opinion it enhanced the book. So anyway, this is just super safe filmmaking, and it still misses, which is just ridiculous. So that's pretty much my review of A Wrinkle in Time. It's one of the worst Disney movies ever made, and I just think it's such a huge missed opportunity, because there's so much potential in the book. That's my review of the movie. You can read my full write-up of it at markfusion.com, as well as a ton of other Disney movies and just over 1,000 movie reviews in general. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at markfusion if you want to see what I'm doing there. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at markfusion to see what I've been watching and what might be coming up on this channel soon. But other than that, just thank you, for watching this. I do appreciate it. And if you like it, just drop a sub. That's the best way to help me out and support this channel, to help me keep watching these movies. Suffering through some, unfortunately, but you have to go through the bad to get to the good, and to me, that's worth it. And also, watching older videos is a huge way to help me out as well. Anything that raises my view count or minute count is a massive help to me. So if there's something that catches your eye, by all means, check it out and know that you're really helping me and, helping the channel grow. So thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.